Greetings, Rainmakers. I'm David Brandon, copywriter for Rainmaker Digital, and I'm here today to talk to you about autoresponders. Autoresponder sequences are usually a series of messages sent at set intervals meant to educate, motivate, and build a relationship with the recipient. An autoresponder sequence is more than just a click here to verify confirmation email. It's a powerful way to give your audience ongoing value and maintain top-of-mind awareness. And Rainmaker Platform's built-in client, RainMail, supports autoresponder sequences natively. Today I'm going to show you how you can build an autoresponder sequence in RainMail. One quick caveat before we begin: you may not necessarily be thinking of the right thing when you hear autoresponder. An autoresponder sequence is not a trigger email. Triggers are extremely useful, but they're usually a single message as the result of a specific condition, perhaps an abandoned cart reminder or something like that, or a notification that you've signed up, two-step verification for an email list. Those are trigger emails. We're talking about a sequence of emails designed for a specific purpose. Let's get right to it. Just a reminder that you need to have RainMail turned on before you can set up an autoresponder. If you need help turning on RainMail, check out our previous video. We'll post the link down below. You'll also need to make sure that your autoresponder is associated with a particular mailing list first. That is something we'll go over in a webinar, and we will make the recording available and put it below after we've finished the webinar. We're going to create a new autoresponder. Mouse over the left-hand menu and click on the email icon, then click on autoresponders. Here we can see all of our sequences, and from this screen that's coming up here, we can click the Add New Sequence button to begin building our new autoresponder. On this next page, we're going to add a title and then click on one of these options. So I'm going to name this My Test Sequence. And we're going to click on the blank template. Blank lets you build from scratch with a blank template. Course is a sequence that's customized for courses. Sales is a sales sequence designed to get people to buy a product or service. A newsletter with offer is designed for a long sequence that ends with an offer. It could be sales, it could not be salesy. It just depends what kind of offer you have. These three are the most common types of autoresponders you'll run into. And then you have that blank template there. We'll go ahead and click on this to get started. All right, here's what we see when we open the sequence. We see the title. Then we see these two tabs, Sequence and Settings. As we scroll down, we can see all of the emails in the sequence. Right now, we only have one in this sequence. There's a title here at the top. We already added that. Now let's look at this first email. Click that Send Immediately or Send at a specific time prompt at the top here, and a box will open. See here? We can click that checkbox to send it immediately when someone is added to this list, or we can set a delay. Right now we have a 1-hour delay set. We can click Set Delay after we've adjusted our timing. Let's say 2 hours after subscription, and we click Set Delay. You can see here, when we looked at this email, there's a little slider on the left side. If we turn that to active, that email is now set to automatically send. We can turn those emails on and off in the sequence if we want to adjust them. Next, there's a drop-down box to the right here. There are a number of templates in here for our emails. These give you a starting point. We have a few different emails in this sequence, and each one we can choose perhaps a template that already exists, like say this course template, or we can just leave it on select mailing or model and create a new blank message ourselves. Then we click Create Message. From here, we can write our message just like we normally would. We have some pointers on how to write autoresponder sequences in the Rainmaker Digital Library. Once we've edited our email, we can click on Save and go to Autoresponder here on the right. Now that we're back on the Autoresponder screen, you can see that my test email, the one that I just created, is shown in the drop-down box. We can change that email if we want to, but we're going to stick with that one there. If we want to add more emails in the sequence, all we have to do is click Add New as many times as we'd like, and we can keep adding emails just the same way as we did with the first one. Now that we're back on our Autoresponder screen, we'll move on to the next important step, conditions. Look over here on the right and you'll see that button Conditions. Now, Conditions lets us decide what sends this email. What conditions send this email? You can add conditions that target all or any people that match a specific tag or on a specific mailing list. You could set up this message to go to only people that are on a specific list. When you click New Condition there, you click List Status, and then I can choose a list here. And only those people will get this specific message in the sequence. There's a lot of depth here if you want to dig into it, and we can walk you through individually if you want to go this route and set a bunch of conditions. So all of these emails you can edit individually, you can add more, you can choose which emails to associate with that once you've created them. And those are all the major pieces of the puzzle when you want to set up an autoresponder sequence. Now let's click the Settings tab. There are two major things to look at here. The description, which you see internally when you look at the autoresponder. Just fill that out so you know what it is. The other thing you need is the subscribe to and unsubscribe from. When you set up an autoresponder, you'll often have a list specifically devoted to that sequence. Once that sequence finishes, you can automatically swap them to another list. For example, your newsletter. So see here I have subscribed to AR testing, and then I have unsubscribed from AR transfer test. That happens after the sequence completes. You'll also notice another tab appeared here. This one is called Metrics. When you open this tab, you can see all the marketing statistics related to this autoresponder sequence, including things like open rate and click rate. The Metrics tab won't show up until after you click Publish. Once we're finished here, we can click Publish. Congratulations, your autoresponder is now live. If you need help, feel free to reach out to us and we'll give you the help that you need. We'll walk you through the sections that you might be having trouble with, or even we can build it ourselves. So why wait? Get started today. Build your autoresponder sequence.